Hello, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I am good, thank you. I'm good. What are we
Amazing.
talking about today?
I'm very excited for this episode because I know that we really want to talk today about your feet. Yes,
Love
your
it.
feet, Charlotte, is the topic of today's conversation.
Oh
So
my
tell me, enlighten me, tell me about your feet.
gosh, it goes deep with my feet. So I have had a hang up about my feet for years, absolutely years. And I've I basically this was unearthed, wasn't it, from writing an email to our mailing list on I was writing it out on Sunday on the topic of self-love, and so much stuff came up, and I used to squeeze my feet into a size 5 when I needed a size 6. And I look back at that and I'm just like, oh my goodness, like for years, uncomfort, like not giving my feet the shoe size they needed. And it just came from, in hindsight now, such a place of lacking self love and lacking respect for myself. And this is where I really wanted to share this, because that was something I've told, like, had in my mind for years, and it just got bigger and bigger, and until it became a normal thing. And this is the point, isn't it? We don't often know how mean we are being to ourselves because these things that we've taken on over the years are so deep rooted. And now I go and buy myself a size 6 and
Oh,
I love it. I'm like, these are comfy.
yeah. When I obviously sent through the test email,
Yeah.
or we clicked on send, and when I proofread it, I was like, oh, me too. Like,
Yes, I love this that you had
oh,
something
I'm
on your feet.
the same. Don't know what it is with the feet thing, but
Yeah.
for years I tried to believe I was a 6. I was like, goddamn 7. Like, well, in open toe shoes, I could be a 6 because my really long toes are more like fingers.
Yeah. Yeah. Same.
And it's like, geez, what
Yeah.
else have I been doing to myself?
Yes.
My feet, my the things that ground me,
Yeah.
things that enable me to move and walk. And I've
Mhm.
been squeezing them into this size 6 because, oh, big feet are this and big feet are that. And
Yeah.
but like you say, you just do it and you start it, and then it just becomes commonplace, and you don't really realize the lack of self-love. And yeah.
There was so much to it. And I think I did feel the tears appear as I was even writing it out, from this place of, now I would say, I do love and respect myself. And that is a very new thing. And to know that I'd done that for so long, amongst other things as well. I remember like my tummy being a hang up before having the girls, and then I had the girls, and then I had two C-sections, and I had have this lovely overhang, little pouch. And I, to be honest, I think I've really learned to just accept it. And do I love it? No, but I know that it's part of me, and I know that it's brought the girls to me. So I've kind of let myself let it go. Um,
That's really interesting what you've touched on there. I think the word acceptance,
yeah,
isn't it? And I like the fact you said, you don't necessarily love the pouch, but you've
yeah,
accepted the pouch. It's a part of you, and it's a part of a really beautiful moment in life that you had
yes,
your incredible girls. And it's that shift in perspective, isn't it? Because we have these things like, I'm not going to chop off my toes, am I? I'm not gonna, I could spend the rest of my life walking around in discomfort. But the moment I begin to love and accept myself for who I am,
yeah,
physically, mentally, emotionally, it
yeah.
becomes a whole new perspective on life, doesn't it?
That's interesting, isn't it? Do you think acceptance is first then, and then love kind of grows out of acceptance?
That's a really good question.
I just thought that's probably what I've done, really, because
Yeah.
in terms of my shoe size, I just started accepting it. Like
Mm.
I was like, I am this. I mean, I was trying to say I was 5.5 for a long time. I was like, I've had to go for a 6 because there's no 5.5 available. But yeah, maybe accepting it. These are much comfier for me.
Mm.
Accepting it. And now I go and buy a shoe and it fills me with and it is love because I'm like, I am giving myself the shoe that I need.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that is how small these little shifts need to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not about, telling yourself huge things. It's about acting and doing it out of love for yourself, in the smallest of ways. And another thing for me was buying clothes that are comfy with my pouch. That made me feel one hell of a lot better than trying to squeeze myself into jeans that were not my size anymore and were not comfy, that were too rigid. And I'd just be like, oh, I can feel it underneath. I love an elasticated waist jean because I just don't feel it.
I did, and I love that because I did exactly that because we had a decluttering masterclass, didn't we, in the
Yes.
club, and totally inspired by that, I went and decluttered my wardrobe, and it just felt so liberating to go, no, I'm not going to get back into you, and that's okay. And that was an acceptance thing. It was
Yeah.
just like, oh, we got rid of so much stuff, and then I went out and totally treated myself to a brand new wardrobe, but considerable amount of clothes, which I haven't done in a very, very, very long time.
Yeah.
Um, and it felt so amazing to just be like, actually, well, this is my new size, and this feels
Yes.
comfortable, and this feels good. Um, so yeah, the acceptance and love, the perhaps acceptance does comes first, and then the love grows.
Yeah.
I think I just want to touch on what you said was giving yourself the things that you need. And I think when it comes to self-love, and self-respect, that's what it's about. It's giving, you are important. We are important as individual
Yeah.
human beings, and our needs are just as important as the next person. And self-love is about giving yourself
Yeah.
the things that you need and putting you first rather than running around, racing around, pleasing everybody else, feeling burnt out with nothing left for you. You're
Yeah.
first, isn't it? It's a shift in love
Yeah.
yourself, accept yourself unconditionally.
Hmm.
Everybody benefits.
Yeah.
You radiate, don't you, when you start to
Yeah.
grow that inner love, and that respect, and put time and effort into you in the smallest of ways. It could just be like, we're huge advocates, aren't we, for this in the club, and I know just in life in general,
Yeah.
it's the small steps and it's the small moments. It's the, while the kettle's boiling, pop outside and listen to the birds and just
Yeah.
close your eyes and focus on your breathing.
Mm.
These haven't got to be days that we set aside for self-love, but
No.
it's getting started, isn't it, in that shift.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And it's the baseline to do the things that you want to do, isn't it? Because I think when you get self-love right and you start working on that, everything in life feels easier because you've got that love and acceptance. And, I've obviously my journey recently with I've not been drinking alcohol. This is quite a big topic, and I'm not, it's a very personal journey for everybody. I think this, isn't it? But I made the decision that I was going on this alcohol-free adventure, and I didn't realize how much I lent on it for
Mm.
if I'd had a good day, I was celebrating. If I'd had a bad day, I was having a drink, or not excessive, but it was just a cycle that I was in. And in breaking this cycle, there was something about it that I've just tapped into a higher awareness in myself.
Mm.
And I said to you, didn't I? Like all like the health and the fitness that I've been wanting to do for a long time is coming much easier as a result of that because I'm coming from a place of nourishing myself and enjoying nourishing myself. So rather than having like a glass of wine, I've kind of replaced it with a much healthier alternative. And I really enjoy giving that to myself now rather than, oh, I have to drink this drink to make me healthy. It comes from a place of I'm enjoying actually nourishing my body and giving it something better. Um, so that's definitely helped recently on this journey a little bit. Have I lost you there? Oh, we're back.
Yeah, a little drop in connection
We did, didn't
there.
we?
But I could hear you still.
Okay. Oh,
Um,
good.
so yeah, so I mean, if for our listeners, so self-love, like what is it? How do we do it? And like, what little bit of advice would we give to get started? If you think, oh, I don't really love myself, and I don't give myself that time, and I do put everybody else first, and I like the idea of it, I'm still not 100% sure on what to do. What would you say, Charlotte, to kind of where to start?
Yeah. Yes. I think, like many things that we say, it starts with a decision, and that is to put yourself first. Even if that's for 5 minutes a day, we say there is so much power in 5 minutes, and just get a few things that you want to try and just do them. And I think it's that following through for yourself that really builds that love and respect, isn't it? So if you say you're going to do something, do it. In the club, we've even said, this goes down to if you need a wee, go for a wee when you need a wee. Like these are small, small things, aren't they, to really build that love and trust and respect for yourself. So honoring what you need, and yeah, just I suppose spending a bit of time thinking about what is it if you don't know what it is. We love just writing it out, don't we? Because we find that much easier than kind of sitting and just thinking about it. But whichever way works for you, ask yourself those questions. What do I need? What do I want?
Yeah,
And then follow through.
yeah, yeah.
What?
That's really great advice. That is, I think, like you said, just writing it out, just kind of allowing yourself just a few moments to just be free with no constraints, no limitations, no
Yes.
expectations of yourself, and just to ask like what can I, what brings me joy? How can I fill my own cup? If I was to put myself first, what would it look like? What would I
Yeah.
be thinking, feeling, doing? And ask yourself those questions, and just see what shows up for you, and then start
Yeah.
to do those things in small increments. But reflecting on what you said, when you do love and accept yourself,
Hmm.
life does become, it is easier.
Yeah.
Everything flows easier, and you're in such a better place to then go out and tackle life's challenges,
Yeah.
tackle life struggles, be the person that you want to be for everybody, because everybody just wants to support and everyone just wants to share and give.
Yeah.
But it's so important that we do that for ourselves first, isn't it?
Yeah.
We often say treat others as if you wish to be treated yourself. How's about we treat ourselves as if we wish to treat others? We
Yeah.
become our own best friend first. If your best friend makes a mistake or is struggling with something, we don't turn to them and go, wow, told you couldn't do it, or
Yeah.
really lay it heavy on the old criticism for them. We say, no, come on, look, it
Mm.
didn't work out for you this time, but what can you learn from it? Or, what wouldn't you do the same next time? What would you do
Yeah.
differently and grow from it? Now, let's just apply that to ourselves. That's what
Yeah.
self-love is:
Mm.
care, compassion, kindness, understanding, patience, all of the above. You give it to yourself first,
Yeah.
magic happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah,
does.
definitely everything that you've been wanting to do, you start to almost do it from a more natural place rather than forcing and making it into I have to do this. Like it just becomes, like you say, easier, doesn't it? And it flows. And yeah, I think this is the missing link that we all miss, is putting ourselves first, loving ourselves, accepting ourselves for who we are, and seeing that little piece of magic um inside. Like we had this conversation, didn't we, that piece of magic, we all have a very different one. Like mine was bringing people together, and I used to think that was not enough to create something with, like, and it took me a while just to build up, like, no, that is my magic, that's the thing that brings me a lot of joy, and it's the thing that lights me up inside. And
Yeah,
now that's what the Authentic Girls Club does.
absolutely.
It brings women together.
Yeah,
So I'm a big advocate for finding that magic, that little piece of you. And this could look like even asking family and friends, like, what do you do? What do people come to you for? What is your thing? And really be proud of yourself every time you do it, because I would bring friends together, but I would just do it and not give myself any credit for it. But I was like, that's really kind of lovely, because I've just two people have become friends that weren't before. So
Yeah,
that's lovely.
yeah, that is.
Um,
That is.
and
That's really wonderful. And just on that, what you just mentioned on the being proud of yourself thing, that's so important on this journey of self-love and acceptance,
yeah,
because every moment that you take for you, every time you do show yourself
yeah,
a bit more understanding or a bit more compassion, acknowledge it and be proud of it, because
hmm
it may not be the norm for you right now. So when you are
yeah,
making these subtle changes that have a huge impact, recognize it and be like, yeah, like again, like you would a best friend.
yeah,
Your best friend has achieved something, your best friend has moved forward in some way. You're
hmm
going to give them a pat on the back, you're going to give them a word of
yeah,
encouragement. You're going to say, yes, Charlotte, you did it. Or
yeah,
hold on a minute, it's yes, Kat, I did it.
yeah,
It's twisting that internal criticism to an internal coach, isn't it? It's going, I can
yeah,
do this, and giving yourself that pep talk. And then that just reinforces everything that you're doing is a great thing, because it really is. It
mm,
really is.
yeah. No, it is. And that's something that doesn't come naturally in the beginning, is it? Just taking
Yeah.
a moment to be proud of yourself. Like,
Yeah. We've definitely spoke before in previous podcasts. I know I've mentioned before how most of my life I was on this search for external,
yeah,
wanting others to be proud of me. And it was only when I decided to make that decision and choose to be proud of myself, starting small, that I was like, oh wow, actually I don't need to search outside anymore. Um,
yeah,
that's like self-love as well. It's
it
all
is.
you've got it inside, you're just so much stronger in the person that you are for what
Yeah.
it has for you. And
It's
yeah,
it's really interesting that, isn't it, as well? Because I read somewhere that actually it is internal validation that we're all seeking deep down, because any kind of external validation is never actually going to match up to what we think it's going to look and feel like. And I
yeah,
think I can definitely like see that that is true. When you seek for it outside, it never comes quite how sometimes maybe, but on a whole, it's it's not quite what you're after. It's not quite a big enough boost, or doesn't feel as good as it should. And it's because it's internal that we're looking for, and we just miss it. We just don't give it to ourselves.
and it's the external validation that we can't control either. So as
Yes.
quickly as it comes is as quickly as it can leave.
Yeah.
What we can control is that internal validation, which is
hmm
which is huge. Our own benchmarks, our own expectations of ourselves. We
Yeah.
set it, nobody else.
Yeah. And that's amazing, really, when you think about it. And like, this is something I know all happens in the right time, but I wish I'd known about that sooner.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
really, because this is it, isn't it? It takes a moment to be able to take it on and be like, yeah, okay, I'm
yeah.
gonna say enough is enough, and I'm gonna start trusting my own word and building that trust with my own word. Um, but yeah, I wish I'd known that and believed in it sooner.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is why we're doing it for our
Please for
next.
the
Yeah.
words out of my mouth. Please for the next generations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to remind my girls, just always love who you are. You are the magic.
Yeah.
Don't anyone ever take that from you.
Yeah.
Love and accept yourself. I'm constantly reinforcing that, because I'm sure I remember as a kid, loving yourself seeming like a negative thing, like, sort of like, oh,
Selfish.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And like it has to be like you're full of yourself, and it's
yeah,
not that.
yeah,
It's coming from a place of inner confidence, isn't it? And that's another thing. Confidence, the confidence we're searching for is internal. It's not being able to show that we can do something. It's being able to feel that we can do something, and have this knowing that I'm fine, I'm safe, I'm good, I'm doing my best, and I know I am.
yeah.
um
I remember one thing you said to me about self-love, about it not being selfish, it's being the most selfless thing you can do, like
yeah.
the best thing you can do for yourself.
And those
Um,
around you, yeah, like I've noticed. And in our, my family life, I was just getting frustrated, and I kind of gained this time for myself. I wouldn't know how to fill it. It'd be the odd hour if Dale took the girls out. I'd be like, please, can you just give me a minute? And all I do is just whiz around the house doing jobs that in my head at the time really felt like they needed doing. They could have waited,
yeah,
absolutely could have waited, but I just didn't know what to give myself in those moments. And that probably would have been a little bit more self compassion and finding out rather than just doing the same cycle, like actually going on this journey of what do I want, who am I, what brings me joy, what lights me up, not just because we obviously our children, our family light us up hugely, but we miss what lights us up. Like I know I lost all hobbies like as the years went on, and I was like, I don't really remember being asked that question, like drinking wine.
Yeah.
That was my
Yeah.
hobby. Going out with friends, and that was great for a while, but then it just plateaued, and it didn't, don't get me wrong, it did fill my cup because I enjoyed going out and obviously chatting to my friends, but I was sick of getting in and feeling exhausted, and the things that I was doing were burning my energy rather than filling it up. So yeah, a lot of shifts, isn't it? And it's one step at a time, one thing that you can do to love yourself a little bit more today, one kind word, one kind act. And slowly but surely we get there, don't we?
And ask yourselves the question: if I were my own best friend,
Yeah.
or if I was to, what would I say to my best friend at this moment?
Yes.
What would I say to my best friend at this moment? How would I treat my best friend at this moment?
Yeah.
Whatever that is, do it for you. That's a step.
Yeah.
That's an easy, simple step to start with, isn't it? What would I
Yeah.
do for them? And just spin it round and do
Yes, I
it for
love
you.
that.
You'll absolutely see a difference.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Oh, well, it's been so wonderful to have this chat. And we really hope that sort of, open up about some of our insecurities. It helps you just to let go of a couple of your own and really start working on that acceptance, and then let that love follow. It's been great. It's 6:40 a.m. where we are, isn't it?
We've done wow. Yeah.
This
Nice
is
early
the
morning podcast. Whoop, whoop.
yes, summer
Yeah.
holiday chaos. We were like, right, we're
Where can we fit this in? They're still kipping in bed.
we'll just wake up and go for it.
Yeah, amazing. It's been
But
so great to chat.
yeah, also I thought let's just have a little mention about everything that we've got going on, because since we last, it's been a few weeks since we filmed a podcast, and we've had a lot going on since. And on our website, we have a whole host of ways that you can work with us now. We have some products on there, which is in our getting started part of the website. We also have events, and then we have obviously the club. And we wanted to just mention, didn't we, Kat, the ultimate bundle that we have on at the moment. And basically, the ultimate bundle includes everything. It is your kickstart to self-love, to building up that trust within, to building friendships and connections along the way, and to just really get into that driving seat of your life and start making it the life that you want. So head over to www.theauthenticgirlsclub.com, and we are here for you. If you ever need us, you can catch us on hello@theauthenticgirlsclub.com. So yeah, it's so exciting. The Time to Rise. We have this Time to Rise event coming, don't we? And this is the place to make the decision. It's at the end of September 28th. Have I got that right?
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
And it is your place to rise and just say, I'm making this decision tonight for myself, and I am getting out of these cycles, and I'm going to work through it, and I'm going to do this for me. So it's going to be a powerful one, isn't it?
I can't wait, because it is going to be such a breakthrough for so many women. It really is. And it is an evening with us to go all in, and just to get started, to peel back the layers, find out what it is that's stopping you right now. And when you sign up in our Ultimate Bundle offer, when you sign up for Time to Rise, you basically get a load of bonuses for free.
Yes.
Don't you? One of which is a completely free month entry into the membership, a 3 months trial straight off the back of the Time to Rise. The following morning, or even that evening, the doors open for October, and you come straight into the club for a whole month for free once you join us on Time to Rise. So you can just start taking that action. You can meet the incredible women in the club, and join us for friendships and connections, and just come together to grow and think better, feel better, and live better together. So go check it out. It's limited, because we have limited spaces. And we just really, we just can't wait to meet you. Really can't.
We can't. Yeah. As always, we believe in you and we are here for you. Thank you so much for listening, guys.
Thank you.
See you
Bye.
later. Bye.